Hey guys, Rich here, and today we're going to North Fox Island. We just took off out of Door County Cherryland Airport. A couple of young guys that are into aviation working there. They fueled up the plane. I gave them some stickers and business cards so they can see the channel. So hey guys, hope you're watching this one. There are two Fox Islands. There's North Fox and South Fox. Both of them have runways. South Fox is privately owned, paved runway, and the owner has a reputation for not looking kindly on trespassers. North Fox is owned by the state of Michigan and is completely undeveloped except for the grass strip on the island. So that's where we're going. Going to go up there and hang out for a few days, make some pasta, and have a good time. Spring is here in the Midwest. Everything's nice and green. Temperatures are getting warmer. What's not warm yet is the lake itself. So we're climbing up to 7,500 in order to minimize the amount of time that we're out of gliding distance from shore. The lake itself is only 50 degrees Fahrenheit, so you don't survive too long if you get yourself immersed in that. In addition to being high, the other thing that I do is look for boats. The idea being that even if I'm out of gliding distance from land, if I can glide to where there's a boat, then my odds are better than if nobody sees me go down. Okay, getting ready to head out over the water, so we'll make our final engine adjustments here while we are still within gliding distance. When you make changes is when things are most likely to go south. Looks like today we're going to be fine though. 60% power, 7,500 feet. Everything's running perfectly. Not sure if you'll be able to see it, but straight off the nose here, I can see South Fox Island, which is 48 miles away, 47.9 miles away right now. So it's a pretty clear day. That island is really easy to spot because it has these sandy bluffs going down into the water. So it's got dark trees on top and then these light-colored sandy bluffs make it easy to pick up. One of the things I'm really curious to see this trip is that the RAF work party was here just a couple weeks ago. So the trails are supposed to all be clear, firewood cut, and just in the last few days they've gotten a new lawnmower. They've been cutting it with a couple residential-style riding mowers, and it would take 4 hours in order to cut everything. But it's hard to get things to this island. With the new one, what they did is rented a barge, put it on the barge, and floated it out. One side of the island is pretty rocky, but the other side has sand and shells and things like that. So they barged it over to the north side of the island and then drove it down the paths to the runway. So I've got a boat off to the left of me, and I've got South Fox in front of me, just getting close enough to be within gliding distance. So I'm feeling a lot more comfortable about the trip now. Another 9 minutes, we should be at North Fox. The lake must be even a little lower than when I was here last year. I'm looking just to the left of the runway there. It looks like the water is still going right up to the trees. Thought maybe this would be the first time that I've been here that you could walk the entire way around the beach, but it doesn't look like it. Very curious to see if I'm the only plane here. Today is Memorial Day, end of a 3-day weekend. So I suspect that there were a bunch of people out here over the weekend, and I suspect that most of those people are leaving today. The water here is like flying over the keys. It's absolutely beautiful and emerald and shallow. See the entire runway now. There's really only 2 spots where a plane could be hiding anymore. There's a lot of beach. Man, I cannot get over how beautiful this water always is. Oh, big birds. Out of the way, guys. All right, another successful trip.
We're doing a vegetarian pasta this time. It's a beautiful day and the early season veggies are just starting to show up. We're starting with some veggie broth. Don't add too much, you can always add a little more later if things thicken up too much. Getting out the mandolin and slicing up some squash. I've got it set pretty thin here because I don't want things to be too chunky. I'm alone on the island, so I'm being even more careful than usual not to slice off my fingertips. Bought some fresh garlic to chop into a mince. Since this is a pretty lightly seasoned dish, the freshness of the garlic is extra important to add some bite to the flavors. Things are really smelling great at camp right now. Fresh basil right out of the garden, leaving this a little more intact to provide some body to the sauce. This dish is super easy. Now that everything is prepped, it all goes into the broth at once. Shells, cream cheese, garlic, basil, and squash. Everything simmers until the pasta is cooked. Once the pasta is barely done, pull it off the fire. The residual heat of the Dutch oven will keep things cooking a bit, so you don't want to wait too long and have the pasta end up overdone. It's already been a bit of a long day, so having a hot, fresh dish like this while enjoying the sunshine and location is very welcome. Saved a little bit of the basil for the end, adding that to the top as a garnish and add a little bit of extra flavor. And now it's time to sample. I mean, at some level this is really just a glorified macaroni and cheese. But it's a glorified macaroni and cheese that is super delicious, and the garlic and the basil really add a lot of punch. So I sat and enjoyed this for lunch, and then it was back to work. I don't think I've shown you this one yet. So this is Wing Wipe by Plane Perfect. And I was in the air for about 2 hours, picked up a lot of bugs, so I'm going to clean those up and keep the plane looking nice. Wing Wipe is an all-around detail spray and light sealant that's great for everyday use. It produces a high-gloss shine and protects against the harmful effects of UV rays that all vehicles are exposed to. Wing Wipe is designed to remove fingerprints, dust, light grime, and bugs, while providing a high-gloss shine teamed with the protection of a nanospec sealant. Our bugs today are mostly early season gnats we picked up in Wisconsin and landing at North Fox here in Michigan. Wing Wipe rehydrates the desiccated carcasses, allowing easy removal, and leaves behind a sealant that greatly reduces the ability of the next bugs to stick. Like all of their products, it's safe to use on fabric, aluminum, fiberglass, as well as RVs, cars, motorcycles, and boats. So that's it, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Let's go for a flight and try to find some wrecks around here.
We've got some locations of some wrecks that have occurred here around the island, so I thought I'd go out and do a look around, see if any of them are visible from the air. The winds have been pretty calm the entire time I've been here, so I'm thinking that if we're going to be able to see these, this would be a pretty good opportunity to do so. So the first ones would be at the end of that spit of sand. So that comes down from a bluff there and goes out into some slightly deeper water. None of the water here is very deep. Goes all the way out to the end. So there's the end. Oh, shoot. That was super easy. There's the first one. I honestly did not expect to find anything that easily. I thought maybe we would have a chance of seeing something, but never did I expect it to be that quick. So since it was that quick, let me flip over to the other page. That is either the Hiram Sibley or the Leonard Hanna. There are two wrecks in about the same spot. So the first one really was obvious. I'm not sure which one is which, but let's come around again. There's the obvious one again. And I think it's pretty obvious how these wrecks happen too. It really is right on the edge of the shelf. Oh yeah, there's the other one right next to it. Holy cow! I've flown around these islands quite a few times, and in fact looked for shipwrecks before as well, and I've never seen one. Now it helps that I have a map today. I'm sure that makes everything tons easier. But to find both of them that quickly and that easily, that's super cool. That looks like another one. Yeah, sure enough it is. Absolutely is. So there we go. That took my record from 0 for 3 attempts, I guess, to finding 3 within a few minutes. So there's supposed to be another one here on the north side of the island. Kind of a little divot. Yeah, there's the divot. Let's come around. We're at pretty good altitude now. Yep, there it is. Keel, a couple other boards there. Come around on that one again. All right, there's the divot, there's the hull. Do one more pass on that one. Not super confident that the Video camera picked it up. Okay, so that's 4. It's 1 more than I expected we would have any chance at already. They weren't labeled as if it was going to be like super obvious. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that was a whole lot of fun. I didn't expect to find anything because I've done this mission before and never found anything. But the conditions were vastly more favorable this time, and I guess that made all the difference in the world. All right, short final. All right, well, that's all I've got for you today. Thanks for sticking around till the end. It's been an absolute pleasure to bring this one to you, and I will see you next time.